Hi. A lot of people think that some of these programs where they do things like make hats or donate socks or little things of powder or toothpaste or uh, lip balm that is donated to help people in the hospital or people in need. I've never really been in need in my life, in need of assistance such as uh, the some of those that are maybe unhoused. The hat I'm wearing was made by a women's group from the women's club, I believe in Long Beach. Could have been maybe another one, but I was in the Long Beach hospital. I was there for 9 days. This hat came. It was right before Christmas, and this hat was in a little stocking, and it had some powder, toothbrush, toothpaste, and some other things, and a hat. No candy, no toys, but I got this, and then another day got these little magnets. It was a little piece of, it looked like bathroom tile that was cut, and a magnet put on there. And kids decorated this for the veterans. So a lot of people think that programs like this are to keep little old ladies busy knitting hats or whatever, or ladies. I mean, it's a lady auxiliary or ladies club. I'm sorry, and things for to occupy the time, do some time killing for elementary school kids. Maybe it was a Cub Scout group. Maybe it was a school. I can't remember exactly what it said. It did tell me. I'm gonna take it off. It's hot, but no. Sure, it does provide something for people to do, to feel useful, to feel needed, or whatever, perhaps. But it made all the difference in the world to me. I got this hat. I think it was the fourth or fifth day I was there. They came by. People came by. They pushed a little cart, and they had some reading material, which was old people magazines and Newsweeks and National Geographic. I took a National Geographic from like 1972 because I thought it was interesting, and I got a Discovery magazine and one from the Smithsonian, and I read those within minutes. Limited television there, of course, basic cable, and it's in Long Beach. So a lot of times it was like Long Beach news, and so it was pretty interesting. Different things are happening around Long Beach. I was at the Long Beach VA hospital, but that's what I got. Some magazines, and then they push a little cart around, and they ask if you need anything. And I said, "Well, what exactly kind of things do you have?" And so I got some baby powder because you sleep in bed all day, and I worried about bed sores. Of course, I wanted to clean myself, make sure I was rolling myself over and moving, even though I was there. But about the fourth or fifth day, this came, and I still have it to this day, of course. The little tile I put on my refrigerator, I think it might have fallen, and hopefully it didn't break. I'll look for it again. But that was the day that I decided that I was not going to have them cut my leg off. They wanted to cut off my either my toe, my foot, or my leg, and I said, no, I want to fight it. The VA was going to pay for the medication in order for me to fight it. Everybody told me, no, 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 you have to get your leg cut off. You have, let's say that it was on my thumb, it'd be, you have an infection right here, so we'll cut off right here. We'll cut it where it's clean, which makes total sense, and I understand that. But since I had that ability, I said, well, let's try it. They said, well, it's going to be 4 IVs at every single. I didn't think they knew it was 4 at the time, but you'll have to give yourself IVs. I didn't know how to give myself IVs. I didn't realize they were going to run a PICC line to my heart, and you just screw it on. If you screw on a thing of toothpaste, you can actually do this, and you have to do it 4 times a day. I'm sorry, it's 3 times a day. It was basically 4. In the morning, I would take a small one. I don't know what was in it, and then I would take 3 big balls of. They call them cassettes, but they're big round balls. I had to take 3 of those throughout the day. So every 6 hours or so, I had to take that. It's really hard to work or do anything else. It's Christmas time. How do you Christmas shop? I did it for 6 weeks. But this really helped me. This hat helped me. Okay, I figure if they cut my foot off or my toe off or my leg off, can't grow it back, And it wasn't my disease that I had. It was a bone infection in my toe that was spreading. But if they could stop the spread through antibiotics or oral antibiotics, they shot into my toe. They gave me all kinds of medication, and I had to do all this different stuff. I had to change my eating habits. I had to change my exercise once I was healthy enough to exercise. You can see right back here, that's Tiger Lily. She's right there. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know if you can see her, but she's behind me. So that helped me make the decision. I said, I'm going to try this. Once they start clipping things off your body, you start accepting that. You'll hear a little, prune my body wherever I mess up. Can you please cut that away? So I decided to change everything up, and this helped me. So it's not just that. I'm not saying go out there right now and learn how to knit or crochet or paint a picture or write a short story or send out greeting cards, but it does make a difference. So yes, it does bring some activity to those who might need it. Women's groups, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, church groups. It was very, very, very important to me. And I thought I might be in the hospital at Christmas time. I had no visitors to come to visit me. People offered to come visit me, but the problem with that is I kept thinking I was leave the next day. I'll leave the next day. I'll leave the next day. So I could have had the surgery and probably left the next day, but I stayed there. So what I do is I had to keep taking the infection and recreate it in the lab to see which antibiotics would fight it the best. Because I had this PICC line that went from my arm all the way to my heart. You can watch them installed. I put in videos about that in the past. But it would bring the IV, the liquid IV, to my heart, to the veins around my heart, and push it down to my toe. They didn't think my vascular system was going to be strong enough, so I had to take some medications. I mean, it was over the counter supplement. I made, if you go back to supplements, I think, I don't know which, number 4 is neuropathy, so it's back that way. It's one of the first videos I ever made. But if you look at the supplements, I think I called it "What's Up" as vitamins and supplements. I learned how to do this through a former enlisted Navy nurse who is now. He was in the Navy. He was enlisted. I think he was an enlisted man. And I think he went back to college when he got out with his GI Bill. Thank God. Thank you guys all out there for supporting us veterans. And he was able to go to school and he learned to be a nurse. And he came up with, he knew about this and he talked to me about it. The doctors didn't like the nurses talking to me because the doctors on the surgical side just wanted to do the surgery. They were doing a clinical trial then, and they wanted to include me in that clinical trial so they could show that they successfully stopped this bone infection by surgery. I wanted to go on the medical side, so it was back and forth, and arguing with them and say no, if it's not going to kill me, I'm going to try something else. And I knew I could. As a veteran, I had the right to explore that, and I did. And I was able to save my leg. Thank you all to the doctors. Thank God. Thank all of you out there, that pay your taxes, that contribute to helping us veterans. I've started this a long time ago. When people tell me thank you for your service, I always come back with thank you for your support. And I tell them if it wasn't for your support, we couldn't have done our service. You've helped me out so much. I did serve the country, but I was paid to do so. And thank you so much. So anyway, for those of you who think it's just a big waste of time and nobody cares and we just get this and oh yeah, when they leave it on your hospital bed when you check out, no, it's very, very important. When you're in hospital, I think it's probably similar to if you're in prison or if you're living in a tent somewhere. You keep everything. They gave me food I couldn't eat, so I didn't really want, so I'd kind of hide it. I would hide my styrofoam cups so I wouldn't have to go get a new styrofoam cup every time I got water. If they offered me water and I wasn't thirsty, I said yes please, and they'd fill up my water for me, because you just never know, can I get out of bed and do things. But I had IVs in my arms while I was there. I didn't want to have a catheter, so I told them I can get out of bed and get to the bathroom in time. There's only one bathroom, but luckily I was the only one that was sad. I mean, I guess lucky for me, bad for them, but I was the only one that was ambulatory. So that was the word. I could get out of bed and use the bathroom, so I didn't have to have a catheter or wear diapers or that kind of stuff. And I could tell when they needed their diaper changed, it would smell really bad. I even got some spray that they left in the bathroom by mistake, cleaning, and I took it. Was it stealing? No, they left it. I told them it was in this. I'll just throw it away. That's fine. So I did take that, and I could spray. Try to nicely do it. I would close my curtain and spray my area because to keep the smell. But yeah, it's kind of sick, kind of gross. But that's what happens when you're in the hospital. And thank you though to the women's club somewhere in Long Beach, I believe, and to the little kids who made little tiles at Christmas time. Merry Christmas here in August, and everybody have a great day. Thank you.